Hi and welcome to the channel. Now today's video is about cleaning slider controls and bent controls. You're going to get some controls, maybe volume knob that turn, a normal turn one that's been pushed in and slightly bent. You may see it slightly off axis, or you may get one of these slider controls or a few of these slider controls. You'll get that, you see on eBay something like where it's been bent over to one side. You think, well, that's an easy fix. I'll just get the unit, bend it back, and that'd be perfect. No one will know kind of thing, all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't always work out like that. It doesn't always mean it's going to work properly afterwards, because when you push these in, you bend these, inside is actually a little plastic or something inside holding a couple of contacts, and when you've got pressure against it, it's bent to one side, them contacts will bend inwards into the unit, and when you start bending this back to where it was, them contacts are still where they are, and they need to be re-bent back into shape. That can happen, and it happens quite often, I suppose. It's happened on 3 controls here, so I should imagine it happens quite often. And what you'll get is they don't quite work properly. They're kind of in and out. And you think, I'll just put a bit of spray in there and that'll clean it out. But it's not going to, because if that contact isn't making, say this is the part it's supposed to make contact with, it's been bent inwards and you bent it back, it's still hovering, it's still not quite making proper contact. They need to be bent back into place. And that can be the same as well with a normal round control. Your volume control may get at a shunt inwards or shunt to one side, and that wiper inside, the contacts on the wiper isn't quite connecting where it should do on the carbon track. So what I'm going to do, I've done these ones. I didn't do a video of this, but I've done a little video of me cleaning this one here. Well, I haven't actually cleaned it. I've just got it out and showed you what I mean. And then I'm just going to clean it, then put it all back together. You'll see a picture of it all put back together and what it looks like clean. It's surprising how corroded these are inside. I'm going to show you a few pictures, like I say, in a little video as well. But the problem I did here, I'm going to show you this one here first. Just going to refer to a picture up on the screen. As you can see there, that's the 40 Hertz, I think, something like that, control on the graphic. That was actually bent so much that the slider control itself, the spindle thing was bent where you put the knob on, but also the bottom bit had come undone, the casing around it had come undone. So that was a matter of taking that completely off the board and refitting, redoing it all, making sure the pins were nice and straight, cleaning it inside and put it all back together, and obviously making sure this casing went back on as well. So I'm just going to flick through a few pictures here. So like I say, I didn't do a video on this, didn't really think of it. I thought I'd just tell you what I've done to it and that's it. But I thought, as I've done that, maybe worth doing a video here, because these were bent up as well. I straightened them up straight away. But like I say, that doesn't mean it's going to work. With the volume control particularly, I noticed at the beginning there, I was getting hardly anything. It was very in and out, and I keep tapping it and all that kind of stuff. And it's no good sometimes just spraying this in here. It can ruin it to a certain extent. This is deoxit fader F5, but I've been told, a few people saying the F100 is the better one to get, because this cleans it and takes away some of the grease, where the F100 apparently keeps the grease. But better not to use this at all. If you can actually take it apart and not use it at all, you can just give it a wipe using this, but keeping it clear of the actual grease that it kind of gets rid of. Talk about that a bit more in a minute. But yeah, so what I thought is I'd do is give these a proper clean and take these out. So to take these out was fairly straightforward, to be honest with you. I mean, some of these faders you're not going to get to. It's going to be really a pain in the bum to do. So you may think I'll just do a bit of spray and get away with it, as long as it's kind of working. That'd do me. But if you're, if you're selling it on or want to do it properly, probably the best way to go. I mean, there's other videos doing this. Mend It Mark does some excellent videos, obviously showing you how to do this. But I'm just going to show you what I've done here, and it's worked wonders. It really has. So yeah, just going to show you taking this out. We've got 4 screws here at the front, which are indicated there, as you can see. There is a couple of screws here. Before we go on to the next picture, there's a couple of screws at the top here, just at the top of this particular unit. You just got to work out how to get your controls out. Them 2 screws would actually remove the circuit board for these LEDs at the front. I just pulled that out slightly, just enough to, once I've undone them 4 screws, I can pull this out and get to this board. So there is the board on the screen now, and as you can see now, that is it out. So now what I'm going to do is flick it over. This is the other side of it, and we've got a ground shield here, a shield which is soldered on. So it's got four solder points. I've just undone the 4 solder points. All I use is a bit of solder wick and my soldering iron. There's 2 on one side, there's 2 on the other side. Once you've done that, that'll just put off. And once that pulls off, you can see the 2 holes where that was there. These are these 2 bottom holes here. And I've started unsoldering the actual slider unit itself. As you can see here, if you can see, is 1, 2, 3 unsoldered joints here. This is for the balanced one at this particular moment. This is the balanced one. It actually goes right the way through to the top. If you can imagine, if you see my finger, it goes right along there, up here somewhere. This other here is the volume one, and here's the contacts for the volume. You will see them. I think on here is about, all you have to do is kind of tilt the board at an angle, look into it, and you'll see where that slider controls all the connections kind of going upwards, where they are to unsolder. As you can see here at the bottom here, these bottom flaps here are bent over, so that's to hold it in position nice and tight. They're bent over, so you will need to get a little screwdriver, something just underneath, and bend them up so they're dead straight, so you can pull that slider control off the board. But now and again, on this side, it wasn't quite so straightforward. On this side, they actually twisted, they've stuck them through, but just give them a twist. So when you undo the solder, unsolder, undo the solder, unsolder, maybe like say using a solder gun, solder sucker or brad like I use, you would have to give them a twist, get a small nose pliers, thin nose pliers, and just twist them back because they're twisted round. They're kind of put in through the hole, then a slight twist to hold them in there. So you have to twist them back so the unit falls out. The slider control falls out. So once that's out, let's have a look what next picture I've got. Once that's out, there you can see is it down there. Sorry, I'm stumbling a bit. There it is. That's the back of it, should I say? I've marked up with red arrows. These are the little prongs holding this back board. This is where the circuit kind of board is, where the slider board is, where it's got the carbon track on it, etc. You've got to undo them to get that out. But what I will say is be careful. I'm just going to show you something here on this particular picture here. This is for the balance here, and it was the case over here for also. These are in 10 different positions, 5 at the top, 5 at the bottom. They kind of click in position. And what makes that click is a little ball bearing, as you can see there with a red arrow. And this is on the balance now. This is the balance, so that's the dead middle. Got a little ball bearing to hold in that place. You just have to give it a little bit more pressure and move on. You know what it's like, it just clicks in position. So you've got a little ball bearing now. And when you take these apart, if you're not careful, that ball bearing's on a plastic kind of inside and on a plastic kind of runner, it'll ping out and you'll be looking on the floor trying to find it all and all that. And that's the problem I had with this control here. Because it had come undone in transit, that actual ball bearing had actually come out. And I couldn't find it. I couldn't see it in the package. It's so small in the packaging. It could have dropped on the kitchen floor, could have fell on the floor, and I couldn't find it. So I've put it back together and I haven't got that little ball bearing. So this doesn't click at all. It just goes up and down. There's no clicking where these ones click in different positions. It's just one of the things. So be careful when you're undoing it. Keep this slider in this case here. See this silver case? Keep this slider in it. Don't pull this slider out because that's what it's attached to. So keep the slider in there and just take the back part off only. So just be careful. There is a picture of it when I move the slider across, and you can see the ball bearings disappeared because it's inside the case here somewhere. But when it comes back, it will pop back up through the hole and give a little kind of click, little feel when you little click when you feed it. So that's what I've done. As you can see, I've kept that plastic slider with the contacts inside that case, so that ball bearing cannot come out. So make sure you do that. If you start taking this plastic bit out, the slider out, to have a look at it or something like that, that ball bearing will ping off and you won't see it again. As you can see here, the red arrow showing the track. This is like a track here. I think this is a metal track, and on the metal track, and you can see all the corrosion there on that metal track. This is the carbon track down the side here. The yellow arrow, we'll give that a clean as well. So we're going to clean the metal and the carbon, and we're also going to clean these contacts. Hopefully you can see that. Them little contacts we're going to clean. But what we're going to do is, and let me just show you if I've got it here. That's not it. No, I haven't got it. I thought I'll put it on here. Ah, yeah, show you this picture here. We'll just go back to the first one. This is for the balance. As you can see, the balance has only got one side of that plastic filled up with some contacts, and some contacts on one side. If I go over to this other picture, this is for the volume control. This is the volume control now, and it's got two for the left and right channel, one for each. But the balance only uses one, even though it's left and right, it just uses one. That's how it's wired up. It differentiates between the left and right channel. Here's left and right channel for the volume itself. So you make it something like that. If you've got a stereo one, you're going to get two of them in there, two kind of contacts together like that. And you'll see maybe that one of them's pushed down on this particular slider over here. One side was nicely up, but the side that got the knock and the push inwards was down. So these were down towards the plastic, these were sticking up nicely. So all we've got to do is just get a screwdriver, a little flathead screwdriver underneath, and just gently bring them up. So they just past this. I did the same with this, but just bring them just past where this one is, where the good one is, where the one sticking up the most is. Just bring it up gently, and these will bend slightly. Don't do it too much because they're really bent, and couple of more bends and they'll probably fall off, so be careful. Nice and gently bring them up. Do the same with that, just bring them up just past to where they are, the one that's protruding the most. Bring it up just a little bit more so they're both kind of level, and that's when you push it back in, they're going to have a good contact. But we want to give them a little clean, so we're going to put a little bit of clean. All I use for the cleaning is, it looks pretty dirty, but I find some nice clean part of this, and all I've done was use this, spray some of this on it, this is okay, and just give it a little wipe like that. You'll see it in the video, I don't think I'll do it in the video, but just a little wipe like that, just on top. And it's pretty much the same if I go back to this part here. All I do here is go along that track, wet the cloth, and just go across the track there a couple of times, and the same with the bottom one there. And you'll see, if I just show you this end picture, how much cleaner that is. It comes up pretty much, not 100% sparkling clean, but a lot cleaner than what it is. Still not going to get through a few marks, because a couple of these are marks kind of like grinded in, a bit like when you scratch something like that. It's been going up and down for yonks, and you just have that little channel effect kind of thing. So that's how it's going to end up, and obviously put it all back together, and that's the job done, put it all in there. So I'm just going to show you a little video of me doing that now. Okay, I have the unit apart now. Now these are the pins that get bent, and one particular control, one particular slider, one of the pins was really down low, where this was bent over so far that it actually bended, it pushed against inside and bent this pin right down. So what we have to do is get the screwdriver just underneath and just lift it back up gently. And don't forget, these are quite delicate, just lift it up gently. Same with this here, and same with this one here, and these ones here, just lift them up gently. These two here actually run on different tracks than these two, you'll see in a minute, so that's why these are slightly lower, but it doesn't hurt just lifting these up slightly. We're going to give them all a clean. I'm going to use my fader, but it's F5 fader, sorry, pull out, but I'm not actually going to spray it in there. I'm just going to spray it on a lint free cloth like this, and just give it a gentle dab, just gently, to clean them. And when we come over to this here, the actual part that it clips onto, like so, goes on there like so. You can see these are quite corroded here. Hopefully you can see that. If I get my screwdriver in, this part here is quite dirty and corroded. Get my lint-free cloth again, a bit of that fader on there. I'm just going to go up and down there and just wipe that dirt away. Also going to do the same here. This is the carbon track each side, and I'll do the same with that. Then put it all back together, and that should be nice and clean. Okay, I'm not too sure, I didn't just carry on and just show me cleaning it in the video, but as you can see, the end result, that last picture, that's how it all come back out. And obviously we just got to put it back, and we're all up and running now, and that's okay now. We're getting no, like I say, this balance is perfect. There's no kind of like crackling, anything like going on, but particularly the volume control, it's nice and smooth, because we sprayed this stuff actually on the contacts and not in the actual unit and in the case, because the case bit, where that plastic bit goes down, up and down inside the case, that's kind of got the grease or whatever they use inside to make it nice and smooth. If we start spraying this inside that, it's going to get in that part, and that grease is going to dissolve and disappear. And what you're going to have, you're going to have a control which kind of like jagged as you move it across, rather than being nice and smooth. It's going to go going to be chugging along kind of thing. Well, we want it nice and smooth like that. As you go, you see it nice and smooth, because we've only cleaned that back contact, that contact plate. We've only cleaned that, and we haven't touched anything near that plastic part that's holding the two contacts on. No spray's gone in now, so we just, like I say, just clean the contacts and the contacts only, but the actual part, the plastic part, still got the grease in it. It's going to feel nice and smooth, nice and smooth. I know people do find ways of maybe injecting some grease in there and all that kind of stuff after spraying it directly with this. Some people just get this and put it straight in there, give it a spray, then maybe fill it up with some grease. You can get like a little syringe and do all that kind of stuff. But I think if you can get to it, you're going to do a much better job, because if you just spray this in there and go up and down a few times, you're not going to get the track as clean as it was, as you saw in that last picture. So that's it. I will come back and review on this, but I just wanted to show you how I did the controls here. I thought I may just make another video, something that may interest a few people trying to clean these slider controls. Like I say, with this, it can be a bit of a pain. We can kind of get that clunkiness, and even with the volume controls, you know, sometimes it's better just to take one of them apart. If you can get to it, take one of them apart and clean it manually kind of thing, rather than spraying this in now, because sometimes this gets in the grease in the barrel and that, and all of a sudden your volume controls are like on the stiffish side, shall we say, and you spray a couple of sprays and all of a sudden it's really loose. that kind of thing. So if you can get into it, if you can actually get into it, just clean the track itself and leave the grease in there, then obviously it's going to have that kind of resistance when you go to turn it. It's going to feel, you know, more smoother kind of thing. Okay, thanks for watching. See you all.